Okay, so we got General Granger versus General Kwai here, but we're not allowed to build any offensive units. So that means no units from the barracks, war factory, or airfield. Now this is a little bit different to my usual challenges because we're actually going to build some dozers this time. So yeah, I have been trying to do a can't build any units challenge with this. Have not been able to get it right. It is so RNG heavy. You wouldn't believe. I've been basically bashing my head against the wall here trying to get the right strategy. Now with the RNG, sometimes Kwai will build like a combo of tank hunters and Gatling tanks, or maybe dragon tanks and battle masters, or he might use Emperor overlords right off the bat. So that's what I mean. It's very RNG heavy, and it's like you need every little detail to be perfect in order to get this right. So what we've done is we've got two dozers. They're going to be building fire bases as the defense. They're making my main base very compact, sending in a Chinook into Kwai's base directly, and I've pathed it in a way so that the Chinook doesn't get destroyed, and then we can have a new dozer build more fire bases, but this time inside Kwai's base. So that's going to be the strat, is we're just going to use our main base to buy some time, defend ourselves, and then we're going to use Kwai's base. Basically, we're going to turn Kwai's stuff against him. So right now this fire base that's getting built, that's going to be within range of the Gatling cannon that's next to the supply center. So what that means is the dozer that's nearby is going to get attracted to that and going to try and repair it, which means that's two birds, one stone here. So we can take out the dozer, but we can also take out the cannon at the same time. Now Kwai does like to replenish his dozers if they get destroyed, but it does mean that he's spending 1k over and over again every time we destroy the dozer. Now with Kwai, he kind of has like a constant stream of money. I think it's like 5k. He'll always have like 5k in cash. I don't remember how it exactly works, but it doesn't really matter if he's got a supply center with trucks or if he's got hackers. He's always going to have money to spend. That's why he can bust out so many tanks all at the same time. So we sold off our barracks. We got the capture upgrade from that, so that's served its purpose. We don't need that anymore. So the money we recouped, we're gonna utilize that as well. Basically, plan now is just to destroy the power plant that we just built. That's gonna spawn two rangers. So the two rangers, we're not building those from the barracks, so that is considered fair game in this challenge. Now the two rangers, we're going to use those to capture Kwai's stuff.
Now your factories will begin to fall.
Made in the US of A. Special Forces here. Army's elite. Always prepared. Always ready.
I fear this will end you, General.
Bring on the Special Forces here.
Another battalion is on its way, General. Please make them feel welcome.
Yep, so we've sent our rangers to capture the command center and the airfield. We are getting attacked by the Gatling tanks. We did lose one dozer, but that doesn't really matter because we've already got a pretty solid defense with the 4 fire bases. And our resources that are at our base, they're sort of acting as a way to block some of those attacks, so I would have to go around the resources to get to my supply center and my reactor anyway. So we got the command center and the airfield, and Kwai's about to rebuild his Gatling cannon. But here's the thing, because he keeps trying to do that, he's bringing his dozers closer and closer, and Kwai now only has 2 dozers, so he normally has 3 dozers, 1 command center. So you get rid of all of that, then he can no longer rebuild his stuff, and then we can just take care of his production, and then he'll be fair game to beat later on. So I've just got our ranger. He's just trying to avoid getting run over by the truck. So got him tucked away in the corner there. Going for the capture now. Fire base is dealing with the dozer. And because and the other one has gotten a little bit too close, so now we get to take out both dozers. So now the production's fair game.
My tanks are almost in range of your base. This should be awesome.
Yep. And I ended up building a Chinese dozer. I wanted to build a reactor, one, because I need power, but two, I want to build some Gatling cannons later on as well. See, the Patriots and the fire bases, it's a good defense, but I need something to help deal with the infantry too. And the aircraft isn't too big of a problem because the aircraft doesn't come into play until about 10 minutes into the battle, so it was mainly just for infantry purposes. Yep, and the fire bases, we just took out the war factory. Because he's got no dozers, he can't repair the war factory from the back, so I can just take out the war factory, no problem there. So it leaves one barracks, one war factory, one airfield.
Always prepared. Take a new position.
Unit lost.
Want to make some improvements? They're attacking our base. My own road. Construction is complete. Loud and clear. Laying the foundation.
Yep. Now I know I don't need the command center anymore, but I do need a US version, which I was kind of stupid and I tried to build it when there was a red guard in the way. But yeah, the reason why we want the US command center is because of the general powers. So I need to get the A-10 strikes, the Spectre gunship. The general powers are the key to the strategy. We need those to be able to destroy the rest of Kwai's production, because it's going to be tough to get whatever ranges into the rest of Kwai's base, because he's got Gatling cannons, and then you got to factor in all the other tanks. So it makes it very tricky to sneak a Ranger through all of that. Yep, so level 2 A10, that's going to be enough to take out the other war factory. Now, when I was using the Spectre gunship in the I can't build any units version of this challenge, I had to use it defensively against the swarm of tanks that would come rushing in. But because my fire bases had picked off some of those tanks, I decided that I can use the Spectre gunship to take out the airfield instead. So yeah, I've still got 3 fire bases at the main base that are still alive. They're a bit damaged, but they're still doing its job. And see, that's like just the power of dozers and Chinooks makes all the difference in these sorts of challenges. You don't need a barracks, war factory, or airfield to build units. You can just use dozers and Chinooks to get through it.
Let's build.
Yep, so the newly built power plant, I'm destroying that one. I need more Rangers because Red Guards took them out. And yeah, purpose of the Rangers again, we're just capturing stuff.
Soon the field will fill with tanks.
And then without spare cash, I've just got a Chinese dozer building another Gatling cannon. So the Gatling cannon, so get 2 Gatling cannons on one side, another on the other side. Basically trying to cover our bases against all the infantry. Because with the infantry, another thing is the Patriots, the Patriots like to aim at the infantry too. So it means that there's less fire happening on the tanks. So if we just pick off the infantry first, then the Patriots and the fire bases can hit those tanks more efficiently.
Want to make some improvements?
So my 2 Rangers were capturing the 2 reactors, and funny enough, I lost my fire bases at the main base, but one of my reactors at the main base is still there. So I must have built the reactor so far back into the base that the script of the tanks doesn't play a part here. which is good for me because it means that that one reactor, I mean, it could have made the difference between me going offline or not, but even if I did go offline, it wasn't too big of an issue because we only had like 2 red guards attack us in that span of time here.
That one's done. Laying the foundation. Sounds good. The building is ours. Our base is being attacked. Always prepared. And building is captured, sir. Special forces here.
Enjoy the rest, General. Soon the attacks will begin again. Nice base,
Yeah,
General.
so Kwai's swarming my base with tanks, but I've got 2 Gatlings and 2 Patriots, plus all the fire bases, because he's attacking one side primarily. But I've also got the newly captured reactors. That's also acting as fodder for some of Kwai's units too, so that's a good distraction, and then I can just pick him off one by one. Now I've got another A-10 Inspector gunship lined up, and we just got the fuel air bomb. Now my other 2 points, I went with Carper bomb and Ranger drop. Now I thought that I was going to be building a strategy center in this, but I didn't actually need it. So you could have, you could do the extra point into like another Ranger drop, or you could go for a level 2 Spectre gunship as well. So either of those would have been a better option than me picking the Carper bomb that I was never going to use.
This spells your doom, General.
Yep. So we used the used the A-10 on the barracks, so that's out of the way, and use the Spectre gunship on one of his Gatling cannons, so then we can get our Rangers to expand and start capturing more of Kwai's stuff.
Always ready. Going up. Always prepared. Ready for action. Enemy identified. Heading out.
Yep, and Kwai's run out of supplies, so he's going for the supplies that I'm using, which means that the trucks are all going to get taken out. It would have been a little bit helpful, you know, sooner, because I would have preferred to get the general points earlier for the fuel air bomb and the Ranger drop, but that does not matter right now because we're slowly but surely just capturing his stuff, picking him off.
Army's elite.
We've got 3 Rangers that are spare. We're just dealing with those infantry. Thankfully, they're all tank hunters.
Always prepared.
Unit lost.
And I did lose a Ranger by that supply truck, so I have to be more mindful of the trucks themselves.
Special forces here. Need a point, man? Rally point confirmed. Army's elite. Enemy identified.
Unit lost.
Finished. Ready for action. Army's elite. We'll take it from here.
Our war factories are working hard to make more tanks just for you, General.
Generous. That's a good choice. Always ready. Let's build. Lay in the foundation.
My forces are at your door, General.
Let's build. Always ready. Loud and clear. I'll build anywhere.
Unit lost.
We have big plans. Ah, yes. We will live in prosperity. Looks promising. Army's elite. Heading out. Firing the target. Always prepare. Search and destroy.
Unit lost.
Let's build. New orders come.
The Iron Iron Dragon marches through your puny defenses.
Ready for action. Take a new
Unit
position.
lost.
Let's change the decor.
How much longer can you survive such losses, General?
Yep, so I was confident that Kwai didn't have much left by this point.
Forces here.
So I've got my 4 remaining Rangers trying to capture the supply center and the reactor one more time. I got 1 Ranger capturing a reactor on his right side. I did try to use the Spectre gunship to take out a couple of reactors with no such luck there.
Always prepared.
But that's okay though, because he's going to be shut down very, very soon here.
General, our base is under attack. Ready for action. We'll take it from here. Army's elite.
I fear this will end you, General.
Need a point, man? Search and destroy. Special forces here. Army's elite. We have their building. Taking charge. Ready for action. We'll take it from here. We have their building.
We will live in prosperity.
Let's get to work. Clocked in. Loud and clear.
And yeah, if you like this sort of thing, me doing challenges where I limit what I do with 0 generals, then feel free to check out the playlist, because I do a lot of like I can't build any units challenges, for example. I do have some other challenges lined up that are a little bit more goofy, but should be interesting to watch nonetheless. But I am Cryklo, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.
You may have defeated my tanks, General, but the Tigress will crush you like an insect.